remove all the impediments that may stand between God and us. Rather than elevating ourselves before God, we are called to humility and awe before the God who has saved us. God is King, and He deserves our humblest devotion and praise. This cell group will tour us in the Old and New Testament times and will present to us how the people of Israel worship before the Lord. In 2 Samuel chapter 6, David celebrates as the recovered Ark of the Covenant is brought back to Jerusalem. The Ark was regarded since Moses' time as the dwelling place of God in the midst of His people. After many years in captivity, it is brought home to the nation's capital with great rejoicing. David's first and deepest allegiance was to God, and he saw it only fit to dance in celebration of the God who had chosen him and his descendants to be a covenant partner forever. Before God, David felt it to be inappropriate to come as the king of Israel, but rather as a common servant and partner with the people of God. Instead, David acknowledged the kingship and rule of God in Israel. In this context, he perceived his royal garments to be an impediment to worship God in humility and truth. I will sing. I will sing. I will sing. The David song. I will sing. his household, Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet him and said,
How the king of Israel distinguished himself today? You act like a dirty old man, dancing around half naked in front of your servants? How dare you?
It was because the Lord who chose me rather than your father. I am appointed as ruler of his people Israel. I will celebrate with the Lord. I will dance with the Lord. I will become more even undignified than this. And the slave girls you have spoke of, I will be healed in honor.
And since Michal has despised David, the Lord has punished Michal. And from that day until she died, she became barren. And the Lord spoke to Isaiah the prophet, saying, Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. 700 years after the prophecy, the most awaited event happened in Bethlehem. In Luke chapter 2, there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them. The glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, Do not be terrified. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today, in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in clothes and lying in a manger. Suddenly, a great company of heavenly hosts appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, so joyful. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they have heard and seen, which were just as they have been told.